Everybody? It is Chris from Chris and Matt. Excuse me, from Chris and Matt on Movies. Matt has seen the film. Excuse me. Matt has seen Doctor Strange, but he has not had a review out, so I'm going to be spoiling the spoilers in this review. Now, Matt will probably do one on Monday of a spoiler review, so stay tuned for that. But let's talk about wearing my Hulk shirt. Let's talk about spoilers for Doctor Strange. Now, I'm going to go over a little bit of spoilers, so it's not like 100% spoilers. But we're going to go over spoilers. I've seen the film twice. I just saw it again in IMAX 3D, which I'm not a big 3D fan at all. But if a movie you need to see in 3D since Avatar, you need to see this. So let's get into it. I'm going to talk about a few that I want to talk about for spoilers. So the first thing I want to talk about is how Doctor Strange, like the whole thing, because I've never read the comic book. So I went into this movie and I thought it was great and fun time. The review is out. Check out the review. But I want to get into, first off, Doctor Strange himself. Benedict Cumberbatch, I think, played this kind of asshole that you could really like, how he's like this guy who doesn't want to ruin his record. He doesn't care about anybody at all. And I remember there's a scene with this in the film where he's telling his assistant, like, I don't want to do this certain thing. It's going to risk my career. And it kind of made him seem like an asshole. And when he had the car accident and he can't do surgery anymore, you can kind of feel the impact that it's had on him. The second thing I want to talk about is Tilda Swinton. Now, I like Tilda Swinton as an actress. I think she's a fantastic actress. Everybody has been praising this movie for her character and her role. I thought that she was okay, but the second time I saw it, I thought she got a lot better. I really thought she was a lot better than I thought the first time, and her character is very like a Yoda to Obi-Wan Kenobi in ways, to Luke from Star Wars. She's very much like a master to an apprentice. I thought she did a lot better job the second time I saw the film. I love the words with Mordor and her. We're talking about how the bad guy, Mads Mikkelsen, which we'll get to in a second, was kind of like, now she doesn't want to train him because she's afraid he's going to turn into what Mads Mikkelsen is now. And it's a lot to say about this. And Scott Derrickson proves he can do a blockbuster kind of film. He's one of those directors where I really enjoy Scott Derrickson a lot because I think Sinister, and he's that kind of director where you can see him gaining something in respect as like a director, and I felt like he did a really good job at that. Also, I want to prove into a point. I want to say something real quick, and that is Mads Mikkelsen's character is so dark and he's so interesting. And my biggest problem with Marvel films recently was they could not get a real character for a villain done great. And this is the best villain, I think, since Loki that I've seen in the screen, since him and Alexander Pierce and The Winter Soldier. I think probably the best since The Winter Soldier, and that's saying a lot. Now, what I wish I could have known a lot more about these guys, and that's what I wanted to know because you don't know much. And when he kills the Ancient One, I mean, there's a lot going into this movie where you talk about when he kills her, it kind of has Doctor Strange where he's trying to tell her that's not a good idea, that's not good at all. I thought Wong was funny. I'm just going through like the best I can with this review, so we're just going through it. I thought Wong was funny. I thought he was an intimidating, funny character and a lot more humor than I thought this movie was going to be. MODOK, really cool. I really liked Chiwetel Ejiofor. I thought he was really good as MODOK. I thought he did a really good job. I love at the very end of the movie when things happen and stuff like that, where he goes on to his own and says, I'm done doing this and I'm going on my own. I thought they handled that very well. Now, there's this villain, I think it's Dominic or something like that. I can't pronounce his name right. I thought, why did you need to introduce him now? Because he was a very character that, I like how Mads Mikkelsen was very good in the villain role, but then you introduce this other villain, which I was a big negative, was because I didn't really know much about him, and I didn't want to know much about him. And as someone who doesn't read the comics, has never read Doctor Strange comic, and might have to now, it's a lot confusing. I also want to say that I want to learn a lot more about the powers that they have because I felt like I didn't learn as much. But let's talk about the post-credit scene for a second before I end the spoiler review. And that is that Thor is in the spoiler review. He's in the movie for like a scene where I loved it, where he goes to find Doctor Strange and he asks him that he needs his help to find Odin. And it's going into Thor Ragnarok, which I'm very excited for next year. And I'm very excited for that film. So that's my thoughts on the spoilers review, guys. If you guys have not seen Doctor Strange, then don't watch this video first off. Go check out my review. If you guys have, tell me what you guys thought were some of the big positives and negatives. I think this is a very bold way to go into the new. I'm very interested where they're going to go with this as for the next films in the Marvel Universe. And I'm very intimidated by it, and I'm very interested in seeing this. So there you guys go. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned. This upcoming Monday, we're going to come back with the live show. We're going to talk Doctor Strange spoilers, and we're going to talk about our rankings of the superhero movies as well as a big announcement. So look forward to that, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later.